They're all caught up in what they thinking and how they look to them. Disregard what God has said.
That's right.
But Yah is the one that created the heaven. And he created it for a purpose. And he is the one that can allocate whose land is whose. Not the nations. But the nations now think that they're the ones that have that power and authority. They mad at the United States, and they say the United States don't have that power. And they're finding out now because, hey, they thought that they was untouchable now, but people backing on them now. Yeah, boasting. Just as God's word said, the little nations, the little small nations, is boasting against them. There at one time, they wouldn't dare do or touch and what they're doing now to the United States.
Yeah. They're saying they're strong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. God's word said that forewarned us and told us that would happen.
Yeah.
And when you start seeing these things happen, know for a fact that it's not out of God's will. He done already let us know ahead of time what's going to take place. Mm-hmm. We just got to learn to get the right attitude.
Right.
And don't get on the wrong side. We're going to start reading at the 25th verse here.
Okay.
All right.
This is why he poured on him his blazing anger.
Uh-oh. Did you get that? What you're going to get, what you're going to get from God if you get outside his Torah, you get outside his instructions, you get outside of what he, and reason why is because when you get outside those things, you start working against God's plan. Can we see that? Can you get that? Can you understand that?
That's clear. That's clear.
It's just like I give an example. I give an example. The mother leaves some instructions. See? When I get back home and everything, I want this front room and all that, and the kitchen, I want it all cleaned up and everything. You go in there and clean your bedroom up. Got it spick and span. Got it looking good. And everything done. And just spent all the time and doing out there. But you ain't touched the kitchen. You ain't touched the living room. Parents come home. See? And you ain't deal with this here too. That's all they see. Yeah, but mama, come here and look at this. Look at my bedroom here.
You supposed to have done that.
I told you to have the front room and the kitchen cleaned up. Guess what? Cause I done invited some friends over. They're gonna be in the front room, yeah, and they're gonna be in the kitchen. Cause we're gonna have a dinner there. You done mess my plans up all together. Your bedroom there. I wasn't planning on taking them into your bedroom. Can you see how that you done worked against God's plan, but you did some work? You did some things. What the parent gonna do? What do you think the parent gonna do? What do you think the parent gonna do to their kid? That's exactly right. You're gonna be on the bad side of that parent. You're gonna be on the bad side of that parent. So hey, you gotta get your act together here. And God let you know right there. He says, my anger. Yeah, God get angry. Is that what it is?
Lazy.
That's even worse, ain't it?
He was just angry.
You're right. God does that. See? God allowed that to happen. Read that again. Yeah.
This is why he poured on him his blazing anger.
He not only did he get blazing anger, but he poured it out on them. He put it on them. We got to stop drawing conclusions and drawing what God can and cannot do. See? Read on.
As well as the fury of battle. It wrapped him in flames, yet he learned nothing. It burned him, yet he did not take it to heart.
Wow. We're going to be that way? You're going to learn a lesson? We're going to learn something?
Yeah.
I want you to understand something. God ain't going to change. He ain't going to change. Somehow we think that God said the 7 days. Somehow we think that, and it shows how the devil and got us all changed around and got us all thinking in other ways. It ain't that way. He hasn't changed. He's the same. And he's going to bring destruction on you just as well as he'll bring good to you.
Amen.
And it don't matter who you are. Stop counting on the false things. See?
They will use, he's a merciful God.
Yeah,
He's that.
yeah, he's merciful.
Yeah.
Well, he said in his word, obedience and life, but disobedience death.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
That's,
So which one you fall under?
we got to know where that mercy is and where it ain't.
Right.
and death was over with. Like the flame did.
See? And dear folks, if we don't study his word and see how he is, hey, we're gonna find ourselves coming up real short. Did you get to the Okay.
25th.
huh?
That's the last verse.
All right, that's it. Now this is the God that he told him, for you to go forward and everything, remind them of what I did in Egypt. All that was what I wanted. Now Moshe knew that because God was dealing with him. The people didn't know that and could care less about it. And whenever they think they go the way they want, they got mad at Moshe anyway. And we found out later that they, but God was trying to remind Moshe and said, remind the people, let them know. They remember those plagues that happened. They remember those things there. Let them know that this is the God that they're dealing with here. See? That is to instill obedience in them. That is look what I did to the mighty Egyptians. The Egyptian at that time was the number one authority nation during that particular time. And he brought them low, destroyed them, and set Israel free. I have a plan, and I want you to be a part of that plan. Part of that plan, dear folks, is not for you to go out there and run wild, do all what you want to do, and all that, and not there. But I want you to be a priesthood, a peculiar people, a set out people for me.
My treasure.
Holy. That's what holy means. Set out, set apart.
Different.
Yes.
Peculiar.
Dedicated
Right.
to his program, not your program. See? And you cannot do that doing your own thing. You gotta be in line and harmony with what he's doing. Some things you don't have a choice in. So God will let them know. God was leading him. He's still leading him by that cloud, day and night. God was leading him, and didn't have no choice but to follow through on that. They all kind of complained about Moshe, but Moshe knew who was coming from. Got him to what he wanted them. So after reminding them, how did Israel respond? Go back to the 19th chapter. Exodus 19, and start reading the 7th verse.
Says, Moshe came, summoned the leaders of the people, and presented them with all these words which Adonai had ordered him to say. All the people answered as one. Everything Adonai said, we will do.
Oh! Oh! What they said?
Everything Adonai said, we will do.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Yeah. What had happened? Moshe, when God reminded them, their minds were fresh or refreshed back on how God is. And they remember that, and they remember the prestige that they got in, and the accolades they got and everything for being a part of God's people and being Israel and everything there, and the special treatment and how the folks are doing them. And not only that there, but they remember how they wouldn't, God told them, I'm gonna give you favor among the Egyptians there, and whatever you ask them for and everything there, and they gonna open hands and just give it to you. See? So they were all charged up on that. So they said, oh yeah. Whatever you say and all that, yeah, we're gonna do that. But they ain't heard the whole story as to what. Sound familiar? I like to call it the jail syndrome.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's what I learned, the jailhouse syndrome. They get in jail and they're on, man, hey, they'll promise you. Yeah, I've had people tell me, hey, I'll be there, I don't care. If I'm the only one there, hey, I don't really, hey.
Rain or snow.
Yeah.
Did they ever make one do?
Someone did right. Some of you talk about that and say, well, you know, y'all ain't all right and everything here, and all those things there and all that. And, I said, well, hey, look. I said, that's the more we need you.
Did they what to do?
I said, that's the more we need you.
So that is great.
I said, right. I said, hey, if we ain't all straight and we ain't all right, at least we'll have one that's right.
They will teach us.
We got one that I said, come on back and be that one.
Yeah, let your light
Be that one. Be that. Guess what?
And one is strangers.
They don't take me up on that. And I don't know why. And I'm sincere about that when I say that. I don't be kidding when I tell them that. I said, come on back.
That's why they don't come, because they're going to be serious.
Now I can tell, hey, we got one.
Yeah.
Perfect one perfect.
And I'll be happy about that.
Perfect one. Yeah.
But don't fool yourself.
Amen.
See?
Amen.
God is the final judge about those things. See? And he is the one that makes that determination.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Right, put you up there quick ones. One, you put you up there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, right, right. It's I'm a witness to that there. I sat down there for a while,
Oh, yeah. So those that's a drafted you. We had to
and,
draft you.
and the point of it is what I'm saying is that it's a whole different perspective down there.
Oh, yeah.
When I got up here, you know, it's a whole different perspective. A lot of things that he kind of did and everything, that to me, it didn't make no sense down there. But when I got up here, different thing.
Need a lot of sense.
Yeah, a whole lot different. Some of y'all have been in your secular job, in your job there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do all right and everything, but with the folks, but then go down there and let them make you a lead
Uh-oh.
worker. Or they give you a little position at your job there, and see how things change. See how the view of things change.
You become a target.
Yeah, and you see a whole different perspective of things. See, than what you thought it was. But here we see that Israel, they jumped up and said, "We ready? Yeah, we ready to do that. We want to do those things there, and right." And so read on. Let's see what happened.
Moshe reported the words of the people to Adonai. Adonai said to Moshe, "See, I am coming to you in a thick cloud, so that the people will be able to hear when I speak with you, and also trust in you forever."
Now, this is what I want to get here. God said, God already knew that they was lying. See? Because God, that was part of the reason why God was bringing them to Sinai. Plus, God had a gift for them to make them special above all other people. And he says, I'm glad they said that, because that's what they need to do. And I'm doing this specially. God does things for us. He said, I'm doing this that they might believe you. Because they was contesting Moshe's position. He just doing that on his own. He just picking his own folks. They accuse him of all kinds of stuff. See, it happened to be that his sister was a leader among the women and all those things there. And Aaron, he was a leader and then got picked to be the Kohen Haggadah and stuff. And so he just doing all those things. He the one that's doing all that stuff. So they had attitudes already, and so God want to squelch all that and get that straight. Fight was between the tribes was coming up and all, and so God said, okay. They said that you went down there and told them, and they said they're gonna listen to all that. He said, well, then they already accept this, what I'm supposed to do now. They already got the right attitude. So that's why we have to be very careful about people. People will have certain attitude until they find out that it ain't quite that way they see it. And then they become the enemy. They become the enemy. So he said, I'm going to do something. I'll be special for them. Now, read that again. What is it
Said all the people answered as one. Everything Adonai has said, we will do. Moshe reported the words of the people to Adonai. Adonai said to Moshe, "See, I am coming to you in a thick cloud, so that the people will be able to hear when I speak with you, and also trust in you forever."
Okay.
Is that the part?
Yeah, that's the point. All these things were done, and do you know that is something that has never happened, and nobody else can make that claim but Israel. And those people at the Mount Sinai, that they actually heard the voice of their God. Now they had statues and they did all other stuff and other, and they had voices in there and all that there. They even had some of the statues that cried blood. There's a picture there on the ancient gods and all that, and show how they did. They faked a lot of stuff, about their gods and all those things there, and how did they have them do certain things to trick the people and everything else, on the statues and everything else. But never have they been able to talk and do those things like the God of Israel did. That's something that's special. And so God said, I'm doing this here that you not only might fear him, but that you might believe Moshe. Because that's the one you volunteered and said that. That's what you're going to go. And I'm going to go along with it. That you might believe him and understand that it ain't his idea. See? So God said, I'm going to come on down and I'm going to do these things here. And then that you might learn how to get a lesson and understand those things. That's God's mind. That's what he had in mind for Israel. And they too want to hear. They say, well, we want to hear their voice. We want to. Sometimes we think we want something we don't want. Because we ain't really got full. God set them up. And they start having trouble. They start having trouble at the beginning there. See, anything that you do and all that, there's instructions that have to go along with it. Because if you don't, you're going to go wild and get out of hand. He said, okay, I'm going to be down. I'm going to come down and I'm going to speak to them. And but now, what they're going to have to do is they just can't come down here and do any way they want to. And all those things there. Hey, I'm going to speak loud enough. They know this. He said, but don't have them rush down into this mountain. Don't have them come on down here and just go, because if they get too far and they touch this mountain and everything there, it's going to be bad news for them. See? You can't come to God the way you want to come. You got to come to God the way he wants you to come.
That's right.
Told him that. Told him go there, watch yourself up. Don't come near your wife. God get into your private business too, just to see where your heart's at. See where you're at. Yeah? Are you really for your own self, or you just play? See, and then come, and then they all waiting and willing and on here, and God rolls out his voice. And man, it's a whole different thing than what they thought.
Right.
And that starts at the 17th verse there. When I go read all of that, they just read that
17.
17 and 18.
Moshe brought the people out of the camp to meet God. They stood near the base of the mountain. Mount Sinai was enveloped in smoke because Adonai descended onto it in fire. The smoke went up like the smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain shook violently. As the sound of the shofar grew louder and louder, Moshe spoke, and God answered him with a voice. Adonai came down onto Mount Sinai, to the top of the mountain. Then Adonai called Moshe to the top of the mountain, and Moshe went up. Adonai said to Moshe, go down and warn the people not to force their way through to Adonai to see him. If they do, many of them will perish. Even the Kohanim who are allowed to approach Adonai must keep themselves holy. Keep themselves holy. Otherwise, Adonai may break out against them. Moshe said to Adonai, the people can't come up to Mount Sinai because you ordered us to set limits around the mountain and separate it. But Adonai answered him, go, get down, then come back up, you and Aaron with you. But don't let the Kohanim and the people force their way through to come up to Adonai, or he will break out against them. So Moshe went down to the people and told them.
So here, plenty of people coming to God. You just can't come any ground way. People think that, hey, I just come to God the way I want to come. I can just no. No. We got presidents and people that you just can't come to them anytime. You think you can go up there and go to the White House and go there and visit the president any kind of way you want to do it? Nope. They kill a lady. They kill a lady because she come up there and she wanted to go to the White House there. Everything she's in the car and stuff. And she didn't follow their rules and stuff. And they shot. They killed her. The black lady. You know, she got out the wrong area there and stuff, and you just can't come around and you just can't come down. And how much more our God? You can't understand. You know, all these things is tested for us to see what we will do and understand how we are. And then, as I said before, you cut it short for the day. Once everything was set up, they thought that they had things set up the way they wanted it to, you know. And then when God started roaring out his voice, they got scared and didn't want to hear that voice no more. No, you said that you want to hear it. That's what you said you wanted. You said that Moshe was doing this on his own, and now that you're hearing the voice and everything there, now you're scared, and they ran back 2 miles before they got to the. And then they say, "Oh boy, we don't want to hear that voice no more." Oh no! But even at that, just as what they said in the Torah, that even though hearing those things, that their hearts wasn't ready for it. God spoke the 10 Commandments to them. They heard it. Moshe stayed up to the mountain there while God was writing it and getting it ready for him to bring it down there to give them the gift. What was Israel doing?
Doing the image. Breaking the first thing.
They was there breaking the first. I mean, the very first thing that he said out of his mouth, first commandment. That's right.
That's what they would do.
Same thing that's happening today, dear folks. See? Same thing happening today. Everybody messing up. Everybody. See? Let's remember how God is, and let's follow through on him. And closing for today, Yah has his choice. That's the point I want you to get. Yah has his choice. He told him, Moshe is the only one can come on up here. Yeah. He said, Aaron and all, they can only go so far. The Levites, they can only go so far. And the common folks, you can't even go even that far. You just only go down. And if you don't follow through, I'll break out against you and start slaughtering some of y'all, and y'all will get the picture. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be. So Yah has his choice, and him you must listen to. Guess what? God told him there's another one coming. And I'm going to require the same thing. He's going to be your brotherhood. He's going to be. And him you must obey. Him you must listen to. God said, I don't change. When I choose someone and those things here, hey, they all have to. And the Mashiach comes, when his son comes, he said, I recognize. I didn't come to do my will. I didn't come to do my desire, but to desire of the one that sent me. Moshe failed in one thing, and he saw how God was with him. So he said, hey, I ain't making that mistake. I'm not. He said, you must listen to him, not pay attention to what you want in the form about him. They want to make him God. They want to do all that, and he tried to tell you, I'm not. Behold the man whose name is the branch. I'm a man. They say, no, you're a God. They don't know. They don't know. Okay? But dear folks, the same thing with the man whose name is the branch. We got to obey. How are we to obey? Every word. Right? Not pick and choose what you like or what you want, and all, but every word. That's it. Dear folks, trust is staying still today. It ain't changed. You got to follow every word that he says. Whether it hurt your feelings or not, whether you like it or not, is irrelevant. And sometimes we ain't smart enough, we ain't got enough knowledge to like it. See? But keep on learning, keep on listening. It will work out to our end. God has set these things up for us, and what we got to do is obey. Yeah. This is our Parashah for this week here. That hopefully we will learn those things here, because I'm going to tell you something. Right now, with the things that they got now, and the weapons they got now, and the situation now, what can you do except to have some superior power watching over? That's right. Right. And and they let you know, as you said, the powerful United States, they got all this sophisticated equipment and stuff, but they snuck them through. Call them napping.
You think them soldiers got killed, they enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
yeah.
You said they was in what?
Joy.
Oh, Jordan.
Mm-hmm. We trust that God will bless us, and if He will, we'll see you next week. And as our oath feels, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget your Yerushalayim, let my right hand forget her cunning. When I remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Yerushalayim, above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6. All right, shalom, shalom for now. I have a couple of things that I'm happy about today here. And